So this is your friction boss. So this friction boss we are going to renew it with a new one. The reason why we are renewing it, you can see the wear out inside the friction boss. These are the wear uneven surface. So if there is uneven surface, then it don't get in clutch properly with the friction pad, so the rotation will get affected. So that is the reason we are going to renew this friction pad. So for removing this friction boss, we need to open the lock washer and lock nut. So this lock washer locks the lock nut. It got a teeth, and that teeth will be locking the lock nut slot, so that the lock nut don't get loosened. So before trying to open the lock nut, we have to remove the lock washer lock slot. So now we had sprayed some WD-40 in order to ease up the lock nut threads, so that it will be easy for us to open it. So for opening the lock washer lock, we have to use a flat headed screwdriver. Just all you need to do is just lift up the lock washer, so that this teeth will come up. So you can see here, I lifted up and I opened the lock nut. This is how you have to open it, and this is the lock washer. So okay, we have to remove both lock washer and lock nut. Now we can remove the friction boss. So for removing the friction boss, we have to use proper jacking tool. So I'll use a jack for removing this friction boss. So this is the jacking tool for removing the friction boss. All you need to do is there will be a two threaded slot inside the friction boss, so that you have to insert the long stud inside the thread, and you have to tighten it. So I'm doing that. So you can see here, both the bolts are inside the friction boss thread slot. So I am tightening it. The idea is, when you tighten it, the friction boss will tends to come out like this, acts as a jack. So now again we are fitting the tool back in position. Now we are going to tighten the bolt. It's a Allen key. We use the Allen key for it because this is a Allen bolt. So you can, once you feel the bolt is getting harder, that means your friction pulley is coming out. Yeah, okay, you can see the friction pulley is coming out. The jack get tightened, and now we are going to jack it. That's all. So once you started jacking it, the friction pulley will come out. Always ensure your safety, because this friction pulley is bit heavy. Okay, that's all. Your friction pulley is already loosened, started coming out of the shaft. Okay, that's all. Your friction pulley is out. So once your friction pulley is out, you can start cleaning the horizontal shaft friction boss area. So while doing the cleaning, you can use WD-40, spray it over the thread, and you check for any damages in the threads, so that you can identify whether your thread is okay or not. And also clean with WD-40, so that whatever sludge or any impurities remaining in the horizontal shaft threads will be cleared. And next we can fix our new friction boss. Okay, I'll show the new friction boss. This is the old one that I told earlier, uneven wear surface inside the boss, and the new one which is exactly in a good condition. Of course it will be good, it's new. So now we are going to fit it. So before fitting the new one, always ensure you are cleaning the slot, because during the storage condition it will get rusted, so we cannot fix the friction boss along with rust. So clean the rust, use a very soft emery, remove all the rust which is deposited in the slot area, clean it properly, so that you don't get any trouble while installing the friction boss inside the shaft. So okay, we are done with the cleaning. And once we are done with cleaning, you can apply a coat of grease, so that grease will assist in easy installation of boss inside the horizontal shaft. Okay, so installing is not a big thing, just you have to install along with the keyway with the horizontal shaft. Okay, so now the friction boss has been installed in place, and you can see the friction boss is in place, and it is exactly fitted into the slot area. This is your lock washer, and this lock washer, you can see a wing like thing that should be facing towards the shaft. It has to be locked. The name, you can say lock washer, it should be behind, and it should go inside the slot. Inside the slot, this is what you have to keep it in mind. It have to be inside the slot. So once it is inside the slot, it don't turn. That is the idea. And now we are fitting the lock nut. So once you fit the lock nut, all you need to do is you have to use the lock washer to lock the lock nut. You have to get the lock nut slot exactly in the lock washer wings, so that it will fix between the lock nut slot, and it don't allow the lock nut to get loosened while it is operating. So this is how we have to do it. You have to lock it. So use a flat spanner, a flat screwdriver to do this operation. You can lock any of the two slots. It is highly preferable if you lock for all the four slot, but even if you do for two, it is okay, it don't come out. So I had done for two wings has been locked in the lock nut. Okay, so I had done. So fixing of friction boss is done. This is how you have to fix your friction boss. I believe this video must have given you some idea about how to do removal and refit of friction box. Always check with the maker's instruction for any latest updates. So I'm done with the renewal of friction boss, and I'll fit back the motor in place. So that's all, job is done. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you have any comment, please comment in comment box. Definitely I will reply you. Thanks for watching. Thank you.